What's going on today, guys? This is Jamie with certi-tech Cleaning and Restoration. You're watching the Business Ring. Today we got a special topic. It's something so small that a lot of people don't even think about it. It's about cleaning your dryer vents. Cleaning your dryer vents is very important. It can cause house fires, and it's a big fire hazard in your house. It also causes your It also causes your dryer to not act as efficiently. When drying clothes, I don't know if you guys ever experienced that. You'll have it closed in there for an hour and you'll still feel the dampness. Most of the time that has to do with cleaning the dryer vent, the lint out of the trap, even out of that, the piece you put out, the filter, even taking that out. So a lot of the times it ends up clogging in the bottom because when you take it out, some of that stuff falls back, and then after you're done, you don't think to grab whatever in there. You push it down, you're just shoving it down into the bottom, and then the filter isn't going down all the way. When the filter isn't going down all the way, you have good potential of all that lint going through the system into the dryer vent itself, the whole piping all the way to the exit of the house. And it ends up building up after time because it is wet and it sticks to the sides, and after a while it just builds up and builds up and builds up, and then after a while, well, your clothes ain't drying efficiently, you got a clogged dryer vent, you have a possibility of gas buildup going in the back, and then also causing, a fire that way with the gas building up. Even on electric dryers, you still have that chance because electric dryers, it has a chance to spark, and if you have a lot of lint in there, lint is very flammable. You take a piece of lint, you light it on fire, you're going to end up with a bigger problem. Easiest way to prevent this is just call up a cleaning company. A lot of them do dryer vent cleanings. It's literally a half hour to an hour process. Nothing crazy. It doesn't take that long, and it's very inexpensive, and it costs a lot less than buying a new house or going through an insurance claim, which you have to pay your deductible. Sometimes it's high, sometimes it's not, but so you guys just have to worry about that, and take care of that periodically, especially if you have a big family with kids. You're doing a lot of laundry, a lot of loads during the week. That's when you have a lot of potential of it building up. If you're a single person, doing laundry once a week, once every 2 weeks, it's not as often, but I would still get them inspected probably, once a year to year and a half at least. If you're a big family of 4, family of 5, I usually say every 6 months, get it inspected and just get it cleaned, get it done and over with. That way you don't have that potential hazard in the house, especially with kids in the house, because it's very scary. It really is. So that would be my suggestion on that. So easy way to prevent that. I mean, you could go on Amazon, you could buy your own do-it-yourself cleaners. They sell the whole kits on Amazon, for $30, $40, something like that. It's really very inexpensive. You could do it that way. It comes with the adapter for the piping. So what you do is you pull the dryer out on the back of the piping. It'll be about a 4-inch pipe. And then it has a black adapter that usually comes with the dryer vent cleaning. You could either buy just the rods, or you could buy the whole kit. It has an adapter on it for a vacuum. It has 2 holes. One's a bigger hole, about 1.5 inches to 2 inches big. And then it has a littler one, probably the size of a dime, a nickel, or whatever, something like that. It's very, very, very tiny. That's where you end up putting your rod through. So, you stick the rod in the brush, and then what you do is you go over the brush, put the rod through the hole, the smaller hole, and then push it onto your dryer vent pipe, and then you clamp it down onto that, and then you hook your vacuum to it. That causes a negative pressure. A lot of the times on the outside of the vents, it has a flap on the outside. So when you do that, the flap actually comes in and actually just kind of creates that big suction. So once you end up turning on the vacuum, you'll hear a big and it'll just suck almost everything up. But you still got to go around with the brush because just to get the sidewalls, the brush is about 4 inches big. What I do is I take a drill at the end instead of just pushing it in, out, trying to brush it out that way. I take a drill. On top of the drill, there's a setting, 1, 2. Put it on 1. Don't put it on 2, because if you got the accordion hose, it's going to end up ripping the accordion hose. The accordion hose is very thin, and it rips really easy. So to prevent that, put it on the 1 setting. And just go very slow with it. Don't sit there trying to aggressively push it in and out, and it's you have that potential of breaking it. And then you'll have to replace the accordion hose. And if you do have to replace the accordion hose, make sure you get the thicker. They have the newer, thicker, tin ones. Those are the best ones to get because it's very flexible, and then also it doesn't break as easy when you go to clean it. You know, you could be pretty aggressive with it and still not have to worry about it ripping. But you know, delicate, you got to be delicate enough not to bend it, because if you bend it, then that's when you'll have the issue. So that's, you know, do it yourself. And to prevent any kind of like nesting, because a lot of times we do get calls for nesting with birds getting into the dryer vent pipe, because a lot of the times what they'll do is they'll actually fly up to there, they'll lift the flap with their beak, and they'll go in there and then they'll lay eggs. I've been in a couple situations where I just lift the flap, you can see not the bird in there, you know. Luckily I didn't open it up and there wasn't a bird, you know, come flying out of my face on the second story and fall off the ladder. You know, that could be pretty bad. But they do nest in there. I have seen a couple actual nests in the tip of the pipe right when you open that flap, and there were eggs. You know, a couple of them did have eggs in it. So you know, pull that out nice and easy, kind of. I don't, you know, there's no other way to deal with it. It's either that or you got to aggressively take it out. And I personally don't like to do that, because if the mama bird comes back and sees that, she's going to be very upset. You know, what I try to do is I try to pull it out as nicely as I can with, you know, gloves on. That way, none of my skin cells or anything like that touch it. That way, you know, you still have that chance of the mama bird still taking them, because I know we're going into like a National Geographic lesson right now. Because a lot of times if you touch a bird with human hands, like a baby bird, the mom wants nothing to do with it. They see the baby as tainted at this point, and they just kind of leave them. So yeah, make sure you wear rubber gloves. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm an expert and say that that's still okay, but you know, that's just my suggestion. So definitely do that. But to prevent that, they have actual cages that go around the dryer vent exits. Even if you do have that flap, like I said, the birds and whatever can still get in there. They have cages that go over top of it. You could screw it around it, or you could just buy the whole new setup, the replacement piece, and then end up taking that out, putting the new one on, screwing it back in, taping it up, and just call it a day on that. Those will be your best bet to end up doing. Because if you do not have a cage on your dryer vent, there's going to be things getting inside, there's going to be things nesting, and it can end up being, you know, a pain in the butt. It really can. And like I said, if your dryer vent is clogged, your dryer will be more efficient. It'll dry a lot faster. It'll actually dry clothes instead of them being in there for an hour and still, you know, kind of damp. So the best way to do that, like I said, Amazon, they got the do-it-yourself package, you know, like $30-40, something like that. Very inexpensive, and, you know, it'll prevent a widespread of fire hazard in your house. And you know, like, you don't want that. So if you guys want to consult a professional, you can end up doing that. Like I said, most cleaning companies do dryer vent cleanings, and it only takes about a half hour to an hour. It doesn't really take that long. So I just wanted to make a video, tell you guys the importance of cleaning your dryer vents, getting them cleaned, you know, every year, 6 months, however much you do laundry. Like I said, family of 4, 6 months. If you're a single family, 1 year to 1.5 years. Definitely get them checked out, get them taken care of, get that fire hazard out of your home, and you'll be set, peace of mind, and all that. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I'll be having more videos coming out. I'll have the next one will be a product video. This was just a tip on cleaning your dryer vents and just telling you how you guys can end up doing it yourself. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Have a good rest of your day.